Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm doing another video for today. Um, uh, so while I was doing the last video on ticker symbol LIXT, I should have been more focused on trading, but excuse me. Um, KLDO was a stock I was watching from pre-market, and um, here in pre-market, I saw it just like, let me see, like right here or so. I'm do as I'm doing this video, I'm speaking, and I'm like, this is looks like it's gonna be a good stock to get in. I didn't do my research or anything. I did nothing to prepare because I was doing a video and I didn't really feel comfortable trading. Um, I didn't really feel comfortable trading, and I I didn't want to lose today. I didn't want to lose big because I didn't want to be too cocky and make a big mistake and then take a loss for a stupid reason. So I'm like, you know what? Let me take today off just to sit and watch and not trade. Um, but I, as I'm making the video, it started spiking. Um, I wanted to get in the 29, 30 range, 30 cent range, and then it just started uptrending little by little. Um, and then market open is choppy at first, and then it just runs up and does this big spike. And I'm looking at it like, fuck, low key, I'm never gonna do this again. I am not gonna be making a video just before the market open and missing trades because I'm making a video. But it's okay though. Like you miss. Fuck it. Who cares? There's another trade tomorrow. But I watched it and I watched it pull back, and I was thinking about getting into here, but I'm like, nah, I don't like it. I'm not feeling it. And then uh and let me turn on my parameters for you. Um and uh then I'm like, it started picking up, and I remember what I think Huddy or Tui said something about this: when the stock is starting to break this trend and go higher and break this line, that means it's breaking the trend. The trend is starting to change. And um it it looked to be to me as if it was going to break the 40 44 40 cent level, and it really did, honestly. And I got in on a pullback, and man, this stock pulled back more than I expected. um uh I saw that it was breaking this line, so I got in, and then it pulled back more than I expected. My risk was not even like anywhere here. My risk was here at the lowest point of 41, and I didn't even like that. And I looked at the next level of risk, which was 40, 50 cent. And then looking here, because resistance goes a long line. So from here to here, and this is not a perfect line, but you can see that um, it's like support here, support here, and here. So I'm thinking to myself that like, okay, um, um, this is gonna hold support and keep going. And yeah, it's pulling back, but it's gonna just bounce and keep going. I mean, you can't predict it, and you want to just anticipate it, but It ended up breaking these levels of support and going past VWAP. And I was just like, fuck. Like, I got into a really bad start because this shit right here has offerings. I don't really know how to read this shit. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I don't know how to read the the offering stuff, but I know they're dumping shares. I can see it. They stated that they just finished. They completed some offerings, but I know there's still some active, and I'm still learning SEC filings, so it's like I don't really understand it all the way. But just the fact that it has 65 offering, it mentions 65 large offerings in its 10K. I think this is the 10K. Yeah, the 10K. I can tell like um they're dumping shares. Something's happening, and I don't understand SEC filings enough to really like make a clear judgment. But I'm learning, and I'm looking at it every single time, every chance I get to at least get an idea of what the fuck is going on. So I'm like, damn, I knew I shouldn't have gotten to the stock because um, you knew they were dumping, but you just thought it would have been like this was an indicator to get in, and it could be uptrending, and it's not over yet. But then it started, and let me zoom in a little bit more. Excuse me. And now it's going up even higher, but then it started um fucking and my entries were bad. Like I shouldn't have entered here. Um, and I mean, it's good that I entered there. I mean, I don't think that's wrong, but I shouldn't have entered so much size. I got in with like fucking um excuse me. I got in with uh where's my size? 12,000. I had 12,600 shares in total, and I should have been showing you this over here on this chart. But I got in with a lot of size, and I don't think I should have gotten in with so much size right here. I should have let it pull back, go sideways, and then get in. And I should have let it pull back a little bit more closer to. I got to get this stuff off my fucking screen. But I should have pulled. I should have gotten in on a consolidation near closer to support. And then um, um, uh, what is it? It broke support, came down here, went under VWAP. VWAP was like roughly 39.50. Um, Also, right here, uh, I have advanced scanner that tells me exactly where VWAP is, and now it's at 40.30, but before it was at 39.50. Um, excuse me. Uh, but it broke VWAP and went under uh, by 50 cent, and I was just stunned, and I was frozen, and I that's what I didn't want to deal with is me having a bad trade and being frozen because I'm down more than what I wanted to be. And yes, a lot of it is my size. I can't be going with such big size. Um, and I want to restrict myself to um, $5,000, um, um, at like $5,000, will be all I'll be trading with. Um, and then as I'm watching this stock, bro, like something amazing happened, and I never witnessed this in real time. But at 40 cents, an order on the level twos popped up, and it was like it said 700, and now you see this order of you see this is 100, but I seen an order a buy order at 700 at 40 cents, and it was not going down. Like it would go down like it went down to like the lowest I've seen was 600, but someone was buying a whole lot at 40 cents, and the order like the stock looked like it wanted to go down, and you can tell like it just sat at 40 cents for a couple minutes or a minute or so, um, and then it tried to hit 40 again. Like if you see like let me take off my fucking triangles so you can see what I'm talking about better because there's too much on this damn chart. But if you see like right here, or no, maybe right here, low point was 40 cents. Then lowest was 40.24. Then it wouldn't go under 40. Then it wouldn't go to under 40 again, and it wouldn't go under 40 again. And then over here it wouldn't go under 40. There was somebody literally buying at 40 cents, 700. The number was 700. It's not 700 shares because you got to add two zeros at the end. So it was 70,000 shares. Somebody was buying 70,000 shares of this stock. So when I did the math, as I'm watching this, I'm like, bro, this is a fucking lot. So 700 right here, then you add two zeros, and it was times 0.40. They're buying over $250,000 worth of this company at 40 cents. And I was like, you know what? I was down way more than what I wanted to be. I was down 600 when I told myself I only want to be down 200. I was down three times my money. And the reason, I allowed myself to be down is because of course, I failed to cut losses quickly. Not only that, um, I entered a little bit too high, and I had to ask myself, okay, I don't want to be down 200, but that's arbitrary because excuse me, that's arbitrary to the actual support and VWAP, which I should be risking off of. That's my actual risk. But I just said, okay, I'm gonna get in blindly, or I'm just gonna get in and then say I don't want to lose $200. That's arbitrary. I mean, fucking Huddy taught me that. You're just getting in at a random. You're just getting in, and then you're telling yourself, "I don't want to lose this much." That's random. You got to risk based off of support or resistance whenever you're placing a trade. So when I saw that, I was just like, "Wow!" I got in at the wrong. I really got in at a bad entry, and someone's just buying a whole bunch of shares. And it was like that 700 was sitting there. Like it was not going down. Like it went down to 600, and then that was it, and then the stock started spiking. And when I saw that this was not going to go under 40, man, I took my finger off the mouse and I just sat back and relaxed. I just sat back and I said, okay, if this is real and someone's has a lot of money, or they're buying a lot at 40, this is gonna spike. I don't know how far it's gonna go, but it might go back to my entry or higher day, better higher day. So I sat back and I relaxed, and yeah, I sat back and I relaxed, and I just saw it perk up, little by little, perk up, and I added shares too. I only added 200. That's all I had left in my cash account. I wish I would. This was a much, even though this was 200 shares, this was a much better entry than here. I wish that would get up my way than this one right here. Okay, you see this. It was much better of an entry. This entry was horrible. This one was better because I should have waited for it to pull back, saw that it was breaking support, and then I probably would have just walked away from there, most likely. But if I was still watching it and I saw that someone was buying a lot at the 40, I would have jumped in ahead of them, most likely, and bought in at 40, 41. And I sold at 46.27, and I would have made a bigger uh, percentage on my money and had a better entry than what I did here. Um, I only made 2 cents per share roughly, and I paid $150 in commissions because this is IB, and IB fucking um, charges a lot on commission when it comes to lower price stocks. It's damn near not worth it. But um, yeah, after this, I just sat on my hands and it ran up, and then it pulled back, and I thought, okay, if that's a, I had to ask myself, who could it be that's buying? Is it a short seller covering, or is it like a big fund? Um, is it a big short seller covering, or is it a like some big funded guy that wants to get in the stock, which I highly doubt that. But or is it the company buying back? So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let it run. And here it started like having these big drawbacks, like this one right here, a little bit of this one, and these big drawbacks, and I'm like, fuck, man, it's not gonna work. I should have gotten out right here for break even. But then it just started spiking, and it just started pushing up and pushing up, and it pushed up so much it went from, you know, 41.33 to a high of 45. But I didn't like what I saw here because right here, this shit just dumped right back down. You see that wick on top of this candle? It just dumped it right back down. And I was just like, what the fuck? Someone's dumping into this value. The volume was kicking in. And when I looked at it, it says 1.9 million right now, but it was at 1.47 at the time. And I was like, there's a lot of volume coming in. Someone is pushing this up. And then I seen it just come right back down. So I'm like, oh my gosh, the company's selling into it, which is not surprising to me, or it's not hurting my feelings, but I'm trying to get out this trade um, either with a profit. I'm just, I didn't want to lose big, and I put myself in that situation, and I also put myself in the holding oak situation. That's why I didn't want to trade. So I was getting a little emotional, but I'm like, okay, I gotta think straight, and I can either take off right now and break even, or take a smaller loss, or I can just wait it out. Excuse me. And I just thought about this guy right here who bought $250,000. I don't even know if the order completely went through, but he had that in at sorry, my leg is hurt. He had that order in, and um, I'm like, you know what? Let's be patient. Let's not be emotional. Be mindful, and think this through. Someone was buying big right here. It's pushing up a lot of volume right here. Although this just dumped back down, give it some time. And then the next minute candlestick just opened, and it pushed far beyond my well, not far beyond my entry point, but it pushed up to 46, and I'm like, you know what? I want to start selling. And you see multiple triangles because I honestly kept canceling my order and re-putting it in because I thought this would go higher. But when I saw that this candlestick fell, I said, you know what, I want out, and I just got out all of that shit, and I hit out. Before I knew it, I had like out of my 12,600 shares, I had like I had like 2,000 left, and I just hit the ask right here because when I looked at my realized I was only up 20 dollars on my last 2,000 shares. So I just got out, and I think I did a good job getting out because it hit 47 here. This will allow me to show you um, right here. It hit 40, nearly 47 here. Then it hit 47 here and here, and couldn't get past it. And I realized, okay, my exit was good too. But all in all, man, this fucking trade could have been better if I was just more aware and more disciplined. Um, I when I got in, uh, I got in damn near. I got in like I I should have gotten in near closer to my support, but this was a perfect entry, and this was a perfect sell. I think, in my opinion, I just should have never entered so many different orders. I entered it 3 times to sell. I got some of it filled, then I canceled it. I accidentally hit just for 100 shares. Um, I did a fat finger mistake. I hit for 100 when I meant to hit for the whole thing, and then 2,000 was left, and I changed the order again. But overall, do I think this was a successful trade? No, I think I played this pretty bad, and this trade overall was choppy. The best opportunity was here when I was watching it, and I was ready to pull the trigger, but I didn't. This was just completely choppy. I didn't like this at all. My entries was horrible. My exits was good, but it was just like too much bullshit. So that was bad too. Um, Overall, this could have been a better trade. I just played this uh, bad. But now I'm at 13.4 in my account, and very soon I'll be at over the PDT. I only got $1,600 more to get over the PDT. Then I need some wiggle room, and I'm almost there.